Masters of Smoke here doing a
Prairie Fresh signature classic cut pork shoulder brisket.
Masters of Smoke here, and we're cooking
A Prairie Fresh signature classic cut pork shoulder brisket. I love this recipe because you typically think of doing a brisket and it's a beef brisket. It's one of those 12, 16-hour recipes. I love doing that recipe.
And
but this,
it might not come out as good.
yeah, what is crazy about this is 10 minutes. We're gonna grill this in 10 minutes. This is your Monday to Thursday, get in the backyard barbecue. We're gonna make a dry rub. You ready?
Yep.
So we're gonna start out with some brown sugar, half a cup of that, and we're going to
Kosher, coarse,
teaspoon kosher salt, teaspoon garlic, teaspoon onion powder, teaspoon chili powder. Stay in. Boom. Last, half teaspoon paprika.
So we're seasoned up on our pork briskets, and we are ready to go on the grill. Now, we are grilling these pork briskets for 10 minutes, 5 minutes aside.
Yep.
At 350 degrees on our Gravity 560. Beauty of this Gravity 560 is going to add a little smoke flavor while grilling.
Now,
5 minutes in at 350 degrees, grilling these pork shoulder briskets. Dad, let's see what they look like.
oh goodness. We're going to close the grill back up the next 5 minutes, and here's a quick Masters of Smoke tip. When you season your pork or meat and you're firing up your grill, it takes about 10 or 15 minutes. Leave your meat out at room temperature and let those seasonings kind of marinate into the meat before you put them on the grill.
And I've been doing a little bit of research on, there are two theories out there. There is, do you let your meat get all the way up to room temperature or not? Some theories are 100% of the time, if it's beef, you let it get to room temperature.
Yeah.
Some people disagree with letting pork get up to room temperature. Do you know that?
Yeah, because if it's colder on the inside, it'll actually come out juicier.
Yep.
It will affect the overall cooking time, though.
Correct.
The more it is at room temperature and the more the moisture is out of the meat, the faster it'll cook.
Correct. And they want it to get to room temperature because it will evenly cook that piece of meat, especially if it's a smaller piece of meat like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, and you also want to make sure, the tip I just gave about seasoning your meat and let it sit out at room temperature. Anything over 30 minutes goes in the refrigerator. Less than 30 minutes can sit out at room temperature.
Cool. So we're 10 minutes into our recipe. We're going to see what it looks like.
Now, we're going to pull this off and let it rest for, I would say, maybe 5 minutes. This little guy right here, mine.
No, that's mine.
You want to get the internal temperature of this when you pull it to about 145 degrees. Let it sit and rest, and it will climb to about 155. That's going to be juicy.
Proby?
We do have a Proby.
Where's the Proby at?
The Proby's in the Proby pouch.
Where's the Proby pouch?
Table for the Proby pouch.
There's a table for a Proby pouch with the Proby in it?
Yeah, there's a Proby pouch table.
You have an entire kitchen
It's Proby
that
pouch.
has 1 table on it with a pouch, a Proby pouch.
Yes, and the Proby pouch carries the Proby in the Proby kitchen. It's a Proby walkway to the Proby kitchen.
Oh my
for the Proby table,
gosh.
for the Proby pouch, for the Proby. See that right there?
This is a taste test.
Ooh.
Ready?
Bam.
You almost have to eat it like a soup noodle because it's so dang juicy.
I gotta make a comment
Wow.
about this brisket.
That's
I've been cooking for almost 5 decades. That's a long time. I've never cooked a pork shoulder brisket. I've cooked beef briskets, and again, fun recipe, long recipe, intimidating recipe, temperamental recipe if you're doing a beef brisket. This, literally, brown sugar, salt, garlic, onion, paprika, chili powder, dry rub, mixed it, seasoned it, 350 degrees on a gravity grill, 5 and 5. 145 degrees when we pulled it. We let it rest to get up to 155 degrees internal temperature, and that is probably some of the most tender, flavorful pork
I'm in
that
shock.
I've eaten.
and
I'm in shock. Prairie Fresh, I love
and
this
I don't
recipe.
want people to think that there's a stigma that you can't pull something out of a package and make it as good as competition level. We literally took this Prairie Fresh pork shoulder brisket out of the Prairie Fresh package. It was frozen.
Dude.
We thawed it out. We got juice
Making
running
a
off.
mess.
We got juice running off the table. We let it thaw. Threw together a nice little homemade pull out of your pantry rub, and I'm telling you, 10 minutes. And that's the juice. I've never done a pork shoulder brisket personally, but I've had it. I've never had a pork shoulder brisket that tender, that juicy, that good.
That's crazy.
We mastered that.
That is beyond
I think
master.
Prairie Fresh mastered the pork shoulder brisket is what I think. Shout out to you guys because that's phenomenal.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10-minute barbecue in your backyard. That is so good. I'll do it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday too. That's crazy.
It's
Crazy.
I mean,